Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, we're doing a bit of a mix-up, let's say. Myself, Paul Williams, JK, and James Panas sat down. I think initially we were going to talk about like music and gigs and stuff, but Mr. Panas said that he hadn't been to a gig in a while, and the last one he went to, he did a podcast on, so there was little point in doing that. JK wanted to do like a roundup of the summer. We're most definitely moving into autumn now. It's literally rained for 48 hours. So yeah, that was kind of the way we were going to go with it. So with the best intentions in the world, we decided to end up doing a podcast that was largely just us promoting various different products, and then a long conversation about the mystery that is diabetes. Yeah, if that sounds like your sort of thing, give this a look. So yeah, this is a podcast, let's say. Let's see what you think to this. Are we blinking? Are we flashing? We're flashing. Flashing. Right. Podcast time. Let's do this. Give it one of them. Going to not make the mistake I made last time. Did you hear about that?
No.
Spent pretty much the same amount of time setting up a podcast. Put that camera there. Check through the back. I was like, oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful shot. It's a beautiful shot. Started recording everything and then sat down here. And I'm like, here.
Right in front of it.
So all that can be seen. Like, I think you and Ed were here.
I think from memory, I did tell Ed to sit back, but you were one
I
further away.
Literally, all that can be seen on that one
is your leg.
Is Sam and this.
Oh.
It's just like, but mate, that's sexy.
Big T.
Big T. Excellent. Big T. Oh.
Food, baby.
Oh. Right.
So there you go.
Welcome us all in then.
Straight off the. At this point in time, do we even need a register?
I think we probably do just for prosperity's
What
sake.
if there's new viewers?
Yeah, because it's not like you upload them in order, is it?
That is also true.
Jesus.
Sorry, I've asked for some kind of illusion there.
No.
What was it? Well,
And
technically, there's 5 guests that this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Arnie, yeah.
Look at him in all his glory.
Although there is a bit of glare, I don't know if there is.
Sorry, I've obviously not sat at this angle very long and looked around. Smoke alarm up there.
I've never noticed that, and I always sit there.
probably a good idea. If something's going to burn.
I mean, it is made of wood.
There's no way.
Yeah,
So
it's the sort of thing
the
where
fire risk is significantly reduced.
if it's on fire, you pretty much know about it straight away because you're in it and it's like.
And it's only this big.
That's
So
burning.
There's a fire just there.
So I got a new computer yesterday, and every time I moved it, all I could hear was like sparks.
That's
like,
not good.
That's not good. So I'm telling Sam the thing's sparking. He's like, that's not good. He's like, I'm gonna have to come and have a look. I was, yeah, all right, I'm at the gym. He's like, all right, come pick me up. I'm like, all right. So
Just to confirm, you were at the gym, Sam was not at the gym.
Sam was not at the gym.
Well, look, Sam goes to the gym all the time.
Medical reasons, he can't.
Oh, fucking bullshit. I'm pretty sure diabetics can go to the gym.
They can.
This is such bullshit.
But Sam legit has said that he can tell, because obviously like physical exertion, whatever that might be, can like obviously reduce your blood sugar. Right? He said that he can tell the difference, that like normally he walks to Boots and back for his lunch. If he has to go somewhere else for an unplanned walk,
Fuck off.
That can have an effect.
Fuck off, man. I'm not having this.
Maybe that's why a certain other person at the office feels the need to
Feel
check his
free to
blood
leave
sugar
your comments at the bottom.
at every
For
opportunity.
all you diabetic listeners and watchers, yeah, that's a good point. Leave a comment and let us know if that's utter horseshit. For the other diabetic.
I'm not saying that.
No,
I can go
Do
for
you
a
have-
short walk one day.
Yeah, but James, you're a bit ridiculous with it because you just have like several beers and just be like, Has anyone got my phone?
Oh, I'm dying. Okay. That's how diabetics check their
It's alright, because has anyone got my phone? No, I haven't got my phone. Is that someone I've not seen for a while? I'll just go and chat with him for 3-4 hours.
What has that got anything to do with diabetes?
Just we've not brought it up for a while, so I thought it was probably
Certainly
about
not
time.
on the podcast. Let's get it recorded for prosperity. Speaking of which, did we need to do the register?
James.
Is it?
You like you've had enough already.
JK. JK.
Is it not Panasonic these days? Panatone.
Panatone.
If he's giving himself a wanker,
Manchester,
I'll just go by P-dubs.
Donkey.
P-dub.
P-dubs.
P-dubs.
Sounds a bit like pedo. though,
It's not the
doesn't it?
same when you give yourself. When you
You
give
don't
yourself,
give yourself
it's a bit lame, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm calling myself Bones now. I just go by, apparently, I don't know if you've heard, but people just start calling me Bones.
Have they?
Medical officer from
That's
Sussex.
off a, I think it was a Ricky Gervais podcast, like way back when. And it was like Stephen Merchant was saying, when he was at school, he tried to make up his own nickname. So just told some of his mates, he was like, I don't know if you lads know, but people have started calling me Spud. And apparently it never caught on.
Because it never does when you make your own.
No, exactly. You don't make your own nickname, do you?
Because all nicknames are generally
You don't
driven
do that.
from, something derogatory.
Yeah.
And you're never going to kind of like plant that out there yourself, are you?
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, there you go.
I'm here as well.
You're
In case
there.
anyone needed to know.
That's where you are. Right there. And he's there. And he's there and I'm here.
What's
Bit like-
For anyone querying
I thought you
what the
were
weather's like at the moment,
It's
It is
You
raining
can
outside.
hear the rain.
You can hear the rain in certain parts.
But it's warm.
And yes, that is
It's
correct, because James is still wearing his shorts.
It's still warm. It's not
But as I was just saying, I feel like I'm not part of the gang.
Because we've got roses on.
Because that's what I was commenting on when I came in. I wasn't commenting on you were all on your phones. I was commenting on the fact that you look like you were in a gang.
This is what I don't understand about you. So this is what I don't understand about you at the moment.
Yeah. What don't you get?
That you need to hold
You
your
always
shorts.
wear shorts because you don't want your legs to be hot.
Yeah.
But
You're always wearing a coat
Because-
or a jacket inside.
Because he
I get
spends his
cold
life
arms.
moaning that he's got cold arms.
I
You
get
know
cold
that.
arms.
So weird.
So
how do
I'm
you
just
use
here. It's always cold. And it cuts me off.
Because he's a massive girl.
Yeah, it's just here. Nowhere else, everywhere else, totally toasty. But there,
Do you know what?
for
Do you know
some
what he
reasons,
needs?
it's
He
super
needs
cold.
some Dench arm socks.
It doesn't need Dench Towers. So when we were at Dench Towers, I was just like, what is going on? Boots, shorts, 3 layers.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I have a jacket as
In
well.
fact, I might even break the picture.
Yeah,
out.
I have a jacket.
Oh, the one where he's like.
I have a jacket as well, yeah.
I'm assuming at this point you're on about 8 to 9 beers.
No, he just had a little up.
No.
Whole bottle. As we can see from the picture, I'd moved on to the whiskey.
Yeah. He wants to go to 70 or something.
The thing that I don't understand about this is, when we did a whiskey and cigars before, you specifically were drinking port and then turned down a whiskey because you didn't want to mix and match.
Yeah, but then I realised that I probably could try it, and it worked out alright.
I think you showed me that the other day. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's
fine.
me, I'd have just squashed the little bastard.
You could tell he was drunk when we were at Dentures. I think him and Kaylee were making plans to go like professional gamers in like Gears of War or something or like
Yeah. Great idea.
That must have been after I'd left.
It was trying to give her a
that. Oh,
job.
we were there for quite some time.
I figured she
After
could do
we
it.
left?
After you and Sam left, yeah.
We left at 1.
Oh, we probably did about another 50 minutes or so.
Yeah, 50
something
minutes
like
or
that.
so.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that headlights go to bed at 9, don't you?
You seemed alright.
9 o'clock in the evening?
Yeah, but now by the time we got that time though, because
No, in the morning. He starts work at 7.
he,
I assumed he was a night. I assumed he was a night bird. I assumed he was one of those guys that doesn't sleep.
No, he doesn't sleep because he goes to bed. Well, no, he goes to bed really early, but he gets up really early. But at the same time,
As well, surely there's so much caffeine and nicotine coursing through his veins. That he
yeah, but
won't
he's
be
just
able
used
to
to it.
sleep.
So that caffeine is not actually affecting.
Oh my
him
god,
like it would have.
there's an experiment we should do.
Take away his caffeine.
and nicotine and just see how long it takes.
I'm actually not sure which one he'd have the bigger issue with.
Fact, obviously.
I don't know.
I don't know actually.
He fucking loves his
think
coffee.
I could see-
Well, in fact, he made that
He-
point the other night. He said, how many coffees have I had and how many fags have I had? And I think he'd had 2 fags and 5 coffees or something.
Yeah, you might have a point then.
It's like being in a tent. I feel like we're camping. Just without the bonus part of camping.
But it must be cold. Just going back to your hoodie thing. Because when we came in, what was the first thing Emma said? Oh, when you said, oh, is the cabin open? She was like, yeah, I've put the heating on ready for you.
Yeah, but
Don't say it's the heating in it. It's warm in it, but then
that's because so
Yeah, there's things that look like rocket
if you've never like noticed before, Emma's like the coldest human on the planet. It could be like 25 degrees outside.
How fucking cold you are.
I don't mean it in that.
But it's true.
So like seriously, like it'll be the middle of summer, and she's wearing it like she'll have to borrow your jacket or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously me and you, 2 of the warmest individuals ever known to man.
Jeez.
Outrageous.
Well, I've not crossed my arms because I'm cold. You know, I'm supporting my massive frame. But yeah, you know, like the last few days, I'm like, I'm gonna have to put the shorts back on because it's full blown.
I'd like to think it's going to be snowing outside, and you're there trudging into work.
You see, this is a question.
18 layers on the top.
And I just don't know. So a question came up that somebody had said to you, do you own trousers? Like anything like that?
Yeah.
And you were like, well, I don't wear shorts all the time. But then
It's been a long
it's
time.
like he said to me last Saturday, I was like, I can't deal with you wearing trousers.
Yeah, you look weird in trousers. I'm just used to in
What do you
shorts.
think I'd do during winter?
I can't remember though.
Yeah, I own
Because
jeans.
you have shorts and then I tell you in like the 3/4
Yeah, I think
line.
I was going to say, the thing is, you can probably get away with shorts year round because the majority of the shorts you wear are long shorts.
And I've said for 11 years, when you work for a company,
You nearly said that as
well,
well.
when you work for a company that loves, like the first leaf goes pink, and they go, get the fucking heating on, and they just whack the heating up to full. So you need a Hawaiian shirt and Bermuda shorts in the office in the middle of December.
Well, I don't understand this though. That it's like when it's legitimately cold, the heating is always broken.
The worst
you stand there like I'm painfully cold.
The worst thing is, have you not noticed, for every year we've been there, especially in the new office,
Give you some clues now.
There's a lot of clues going on.
The-
I'm not sure I like this.
the worst one is the first day after the clocks have changed, because all the timers are all set to the wrong thing.
Never thought about it that much.
So you go in, and for that first hour, after the clocks have gone back,
Fall back, spring forward.
yeah, because you'll lose an hour, don't you, of daylight.
If you're American.
Yeah.
Which apparently they're going to get rid of soon.
Yeah, apparently they're not going to have it anymore.
Yeah,
It was
so
originally for farming, wasn't it? To get more out of the work, the light-filled day.
yeah, I watched a podcast the other day, and they were saying that apparently we don't need it anymore. We still do it, and we haven't needed it for a while, which would be interesting.
It's annoying though, because I quite like it for American stuff, because for that week,
Everything lines up.
the NFL comes on an hour earlier,
Yeah.
and any not podcast, any pay-per-views for the wrestling comes on an hour earlier. So I get an hour before I have to go to bed. If my mum and dad will tell me, get in bed!
Wow.
An insight into P-dubs online. Well, that's what I like, this P-dubs. That's what I like.
Pedo.
Bill just, you know.
Yeah, Bill.
Just fits, doesn't it?
Only Bill.
It fits because you're a fucking bastard.
Pedo
I've never
does
thought
sound a
about
bit
the
like
Bill
pedo.
I just don't think I was.
The worst thing about it was
The worst thing
it's
about
not
it is
even
that
me.
they covered it on 2
It's not even.
separate podcasts.
It's not even supposed to be me.
Toots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the original Bill, and somehow it's managed to come across to me.
But you are called Paul Williams.
Right?
William Bill.
Don't think that's what it's all about.
But that isn't that like
No,
no?
that's not the origin of it. He probably obviously has not listened to the podcast.
I'm not listening to the podcast, but I don't. At the same time, I don't call you Bill. And
That is true. That is very true.
Sam's very cutting when it comes to talking about the podcast. He's like, you know me, I don't listen to that shit. Sam run literally every episode. That's why I don't listen to it.
It was shit when I was there. I don't need it.
I don't know what word is right now, but I'm really sort of like when I upload them.
Do you love him watching yourself?
Yeah, is that a bit narcissistic?
Yeah.
It's not. No. So what happens?
It's when you start going like that.
On one of the media formats, when you upload it, it starts playing. And sometimes I forget to turn it off, so I'll be like 10
You're
minutes
becoming
in.
grossed in your own podcast.
10 minutes in, I'm like,
This is
what happened next? What happened next?
Who are these guys? Oh, it's us.
The thing is though, like, some people have said to me before, do you not think it's weird that you're listening to yourself? I was like, no, because there's bits that I'd forgotten.
I can honestly say I've never actually sat down and watched any of the ones I'm on.
I coded a podcast last night to test the new computer out to see how fast it codes.
Is it fast?
Is it worth it?
So I think there was a point where we managed to get Ed's machine up to about real time. So the new computer was twice as fast.
Wow.
It did an hour and 35-minute podcast in 50 minutes.
Shit. Yeah, that's good.
And it did like the first percent, and it was like it was going to be it did the first percent, and the second percent was like it's going to be 50 minutes. I was like, hang on, let's not jump for joy yet. We need to wait for percent number 3. By the third percent, it had gone down. Like, right, okay, so that's full video, full audio, full
Sweet.
everything.
Nice.
So now we can have 4-hour podcasts.
In theory.
In the last week, I've listened to. I was listening to some this evening, but up until today, I've listened to 7 hours worth of podcasts. It was 2 podcasts.
I don't mind a long podcast. The longest one I've ever listened to was a 5-hour one. I didn't do it in one sitting, obviously, but I listened to it all, and it still had me sort of going from start to finish. Like a good book, if you will.
Odds.
Obviously.
A 5-hour wrestling podcast. I would rather cut off my cock with a spoon.
Right, I'm going to test that theory.
I saw a video last night of somebody
I'm gonna play
cooking a
you-
steak with a spoon.
I'm going to play you a 5-hour...
There is
I'm going to
nothing
play you...
entertaining
I'm going to play you a
about 5 hours of
No,
talking about
I want to
wrestling.
test this theory. I'm going to play you a 5-hour...
I shall sit there with the spoon.
And then on the side, there's going to be a rusty spoon
Yeah,
for
make
you
it
to
rusty.
cut off your nadgers with. And we'll see which runs out first.
Well, I won't listen to the podcast because I'll be bored, so therefore I won't have to cut my nuts off with a spoon because I would have proved my point. That it's rubbish.
If he's backtracking,
I'm not backtracking.
you're full of shit, man.
I'm just saying.
You don't follow through with anything.
I said I'd rather cut my balls off than listen to the podcast.
Right?
I think it's already changed. I'm pretty sure he wrote it that he cut his cock off. So he's already gone backwards.
He's
He's obviously realised that I'd rather have.
I'd just rather not listen to 5 hours worth of wrestling.
Yeah, but there is something that you would like. So if it was about games or something like that,
No, not 5 hours worth.
you'd have to listen to it in one sitting.
I don't think I could listen to like a football for 5 hours.
So you'd have to do it in
No,
one. You
pretty
don't
hard.
understand this.
I listened to a 3-hour, 12-minute one the other day.
I think it's the wrestling
Yeah,
part
that's
that's
it.
just put me off.
Was
Yeah,
it
you
just
don't
like
like
a,
wrestling.
is it like
It's
a
just around my
background
brain.
thing though, or is it like just that's your sole
I
focus?
just can't deal.
I had it on while I was working.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
It wasn't about.
Yeah,
there have been ones
so-
about.
Randy Savage.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, again, same thing. There's been ones
Big,
about.
big Boss Man.
There has been one about the big boss man.
I saw that shit. Yeah,
the other guy?
I
What's the
was
other guy?
engrossed. It was
with big hair.
Elon Musk.
What's the guy with big hair?
What's the guy with big hair?
Is he the Tesla guy?
So many wrestlers have
He
big
looked a bit
hair.
like the lead singer from Led Zeppelin.
Called that dude a pedo or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, is
Chris
that okay
Jericho?
to say?
No.
That kind of stuff.
Name some old ones.
Name some old
He's in a lot of
guys.
trouble.
Big
Big
hair.
hair.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
He's wrestlers.
Apparently his company's in trouble.
Oh, Glory.
He made an
I don't know if
accusation,
I've done one about it.
and they went, "Oh, I'm really sorry about that."
It's, yeah.
But then just did it again.
Yeah, repeated his accusation. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Ric
because
Flair. Wasn't Ric Flair in WCW first?
He was in WCW, he was in the WWF, he was in the WWE. He was in TNA.
Do we just need to have a conversation per camera at this point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to 3 cameras.
I was just kind of, keeping it real. Camera 1. Camera 2.
So basically, what you're saying is you want to start the 5-hour wrestling talk podcast now.
No,
I'm almost prepared to say, could he do it?
I'm
You want to
surprised.
test
at the same time,
about
I'm
wrestling for 5 hours.
I'm asking the wrong.
I'm surprised it wasn't quite as an option when the discussion was
What we
about
do
content or whatever.
What we do this evening?
It's like
5 hour wrestling
music,
podcast.
general talk. I'm surprised
Clearly.
wrestling wasn't on it. I was thinking I could do football, and I thought I'd get vetoed by everyone but Paul.
So I had a conversation with him earlier when I was saying we mentioned Big Jimbo. And I was like, so when's Big Jimbo entering the ring?
Not you.
You broke.
So it was like, oh, you might get him on. I was like, he could play a role. He could play a zombie cast. What other options do they give?
I don't-
He said something to do with NFL, like an NFL referee.
NFL commentator, actual football commentator, or John Williams' favourite son.
All of which he could play.
He then rocks up
Totally.
with, he plays all those roles very well. So I went, speaking of John Williams, what's the chances of and he's like, absolutely no chance. But I was like, no, let me finish. A Williams triple on Ryan Bread. And,
Williams
And then I said,
triple
Bill.
son.
if anyone reads that, they're not going to get the correct context for that whatsoever.
But apparently, John Williams got better things to do.
John Williams is out of the country at the moment.
Composing music and,
Yeah, I was going to say that. Is he writing the new Harry Potter theme? Jim?
Could we not just
Bolts.
podcast the next Thursday Night Football quiz?
What do you mean? As in just record the whole thing?
Yeah.
See,
I imagine
I was mulling
the
this
owners
over.
of speed quizzing would probably have a little bit to say about that.
Do you think?
So I was mulling this over earlier,
I reckon.
and there was 2 things that I was like, I'm not sure. Firstly, is the ambient noise, because like the rain will get edited out in a sense.
Did you take a sample?
I won't need to.
Alright.
I will create a sample.
Yeah.
I can talk through our podcast on it.
Do it.
The other thing is that I don't, because I'm not sure whether you would have to get, like if somebody walked past, like if that camera was there, we were in a pub right now and somebody walked past, would you have to get their permission to put them?
Yeah, it is tough.
There was all sorts of like, and in the end,
Well, I can stand near the camera, and if someone's going to walk past, I can just punch them.
Or we could just do that one as just audio.
And then they wouldn't walk
That was
past.
something that I also wondered about, but then was like, I don't know if you run into the same issues.
I think-
If you capture a conversation from like if you're sat in a booth,
I can force people to
I
walk
think if you were serious about going down that route, you just say to Phil at the
Oh,
start
wait,
of
we're
the
not doing
quiz,
zombie
is this
guys.
okay, Phil?
Serious.
And then Phil just says to everyone at the start of the quiz, this is
There's
happening.
Yeah, there's some
Anyone
people that are
issue?
recording tonight. Is it?
Then you've got
if
a
you've got
disclaimer
anything
at
with
the
it,
start.
let them know and they can stop.
And if you said speed quiz enough times throughout the night, he's going to be happy.
Yeah.
Pop on down.
Yeah. But I mean, advertising goes a long way in certain things. So if you can say to somebody, "I'll give you free advertising," they're like, whatever.
Just yeah.
So I was eating roasters yesterday, and I was like, we're either going to get 1 or 2 phone calls. That first phone call is going to be, "Hi, it's roasters.
Here's 1 million packets.
Do you want to advertise for it?" Because
Every time you do
you
zombie
talk
bars,
about it.
you've got to eat a bag
Yeah.
of oysters.
So we'll have a banner across there, and everybody's like, "These roasters are great."
Zombie
Or-
oysters.
Yeah, but you'll have to start in with like this podcast has been brought to you
Yeah,
by
Full-
Roasters.
full
Hey.
blown sponsorship.
T-bone, not
Letterhead.
Cajun chicken
Not
or whatever
Cajun
it
chicken.
is.
Southern fried chicken.
Alright, so like chicken. I don't know. Everyone
The
just knows T-bone steak.
other phone call from roasters would be, "Hi, it's roasters.
We don't want
This is a
your
cease and
stupid
desist.
phone.
I was gonna say, there wouldn't
Say
be-
our name
There wouldn't
again."
be a phone call, there would be the letter through
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah.
I think roasters need the publicity. I think they'd be well chefed. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, we could be living on
It's
like
not
a
like, 'cause
luxury.
we're not disrespecting
Living on
people.
that roasters.
We're not.
It's not
But
what
they
we're
could be
saying.
thinking
Roysters
they
are
could be
rubbish.
thinking
We're actually
that.
saying we wanted to kill zombies to get to roysters.
I mean, you were.
But then they're saying that look at the state of these people. If this is
It's the face of roasters.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you were almost dissing them when we first started because it was a case of I suggested
I'm not getting killed for a bag of oysters.
And you and Sam looked at me as
the noisiest item to pick
He
up.
didn't follow it up with McCoy's maybe, but not oysters.
Like I just said, you're not having crisps. And I think Royster could profit on that and make a really good actual advert with us in it. And we could do that scene.
God, these crisps are awfully bland and tasteless. Got anything else?
The guy breaks through the wall like freaking
With a bag of oysters.
Oh, amazing.
Now I can go shoot some zombies.
We could do it in partnership with Zomblocalypse.
It's on Blocklips.
Yeah,
That's the movie.
Zomblocalypse. I finally got a like from them for my Instagram.
Finally got a like from them.
The one,
Like
the
of
one.
their picture.
Yeah, I did add us to it though.
Yeah.
I did say. Well,
It's that picture came through and I was like, what the fuck is this?
yeah.
Where is this?
Yeah,
I
so
thought it was like under a bridge or
in the
something.
drawing board. It was in the drawing board. You get free chalk and you can just vandalise the walls.
Free chalk, like you were a child.
Pretty much, it was great. I was well chuffed. I was like, ooh.
Did you notice in the Fulford Arms, like all along the walls, like all
Yeah,
the bands are written
all the
on
bands
it?
are written on
Is
it. Yeah, it's really cool.
Wildlands one.
No.
It's actually the Skull and...
Oh, cool.
Skull and Bones.
No, I did spend some time looking at it. It might be worth Instaing actually.
I went in there during the day, so there was like 3 people in there and it was light and stuff, you know, so... I was just
See, we're talking about marketing. There's nothing wrong with Instagram. It's a great marketing.
I just don't get it. I just think it's a completely pointless thing.
I bet your wrestlers like it.
Yeah, they probably do. I just don't understand why it's even a thing. Just use Twitter.
Twitter's awful.
Twitter.
Twitter's terrible.
Yeah, you don't use Twitter.
I do. Just
Oh.
not as much. Because it's linked. Twitter's linked to my Facebook and my Instagram anyway. So if I post on Instagram, it automatically goes on Twitter.
You don't do the Facebook.
I don't do the Facebook.
You don't like it.
I don't.
The Book of Face.
To say that I'm now like coming on your podcast like multiple times a week. I do try and keep like an internet I do try and keep the internet profile to a minimum. It's not going well.
Is it because you're in witness protection?
Me or
Or him?
or him?
Yeah, you think I'm in witness protection?
I don't
It was quite a strong theory.
It's funny because he says, James, knock us up an omelette, would you? And you like seem to struggle to find your ass with both hands.
I've never had to knock you
Big
up.
chef.
I've never asked me to knock you up an omelette.
Because we don't think you can cook.
Wow, I guess that's one of life's mysteries, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
Surely if I was in witness protection,
In
I'd be-
Well, this is what I'm saying. I was saying it's the world's biggest double bluff.
Yeah, because there wasn't a point where there was like, oh, I need to change my name because people have found me.
Yeah, that's different.
The plot, not unlike this gravy, thickens.
Which kind of gravy? Maybe get another sponsor.
Do you remember
Name another gravy brand.
Tesco
Oxo?
brand gravy going
Exactly.
Oxo?
Do Paxo just do stuffing or do they do a gravy sauce?
I reckon it's just stuff.
I really wonder about
They use
that.
it Oxo.
Oxo do gravy.
Gravy.
They do stock cubes.
Yeah, stock cubes.
Boolean.
They do gravy.
Boolean.
Boolean.
Is there one that's like, oh crap?
No. Or no.
No. There was one that was like a salts company or something like that.
I pour gravy into my mouth while we talk. I'm so hungry.
I know the one you mean.
Knorr.
Canard.
They've got the know-how.
They've got the little.
Fucking hell.
You get the little.
He's just
stock
we got like a sound. He's
pot,
supposed to be
and then you're
there.
there for 90 minutes. Like.
No, stock pots. And then in the case of it was like Marco Pierre White, it was just like a, yeah.
Locking the taste
I find
in.
it's great to just get one out and just rub it into a bit of chicken. It's like, alright mate, calm down. Alright
He's a
Mark,
layer cake, isn't he?
he's
Oh,
also,
he did the trailer for Layer Cake. Marco Pierre White.
yeah, he's also from Leeds and he's called Mark White or something like that. He just called himself Marco Pierre.
I
to
think
make
he's
himself
got.
famous.
He's a
I think
famous
got-
chef, I think.
Yeah, he's
Like
got,
really famous.
one of his family is French. One of his mother, his father is French.
Supposedly,
And he was
I'm
the
gonna
first-
probably get in trouble.
He
now.
was actually, because I think he is French technically, and he was one of the first French chefs to get a Michelin star in the UK.
Supposedly,
So there is some truth to it.
Fair enough.
To his
supposedly
Frenchness.
trained Ramsey, didn't he, and made Ramsey cry.
Marco Pierre White.
Oh yeah.
See, I thought Ramsey got his training.
And let's face it, if somebody knows about making people cry,
Oh, I knew this.
What, have I missed something?
Yeah, probably a lot.
Oh, is this at work? Is this the person at work that he's made cry?
then maybe.
No, not just one. Yeah, looking at a particular one, but
Has he not made you cry? You could be the only person in the office he hasn't made cry.
Probably. It's because he hasn't been scathingly bad to me yet.
Scathingly.
That's a nice word. Scathingly. Is that even a word?
Probably not.
Scathingly?
yeah.
Scathing, yes. Scathingly.
So, for this podcast,
Answers below.
yeah, comment below. I've got to do something.
Has that ever worked? Have we ever got a comment off the back of him just going, comments?
We've had a comment recently. We had a comment on
Wasn't it his brother?
It's because you need to know, right?
It's
So
the cats.
you need to figure out how to do the button thing on the screen. So you can say,
The thing where you
"Click
got
this
to
now,
it's over
it's over
here."
here. Like, but you don't know how to do a button yet.
Yeah,
right?
I watch a video on YouTube where the guy goes, so there'll be a button somewhere. He's like, it'll be here. Or maybe here. Like 10 minutes of his video is him going. And then he on the video it gets circled.
See, whereas now what I've done that. So it's definitely going to be below the actual video in the comments section.
Comments is below and
Yeah.
subscribe is.
Subscribe would be.
Because looking at it, subscribe's there, isn't it?
Yeah, but now,
subscribe here.
you know, like,
But-
everyone for
Yeah.
You
years,
subscribe there, right?
everyone for years has been saying, make sure to click subscribe, right? But now that's not okay anymore. Well, no, it's okay, but now you have to say, make sure you subscribe,
And leave
click
us
the
a
bell,
Oh,
so you get the notifications.
I got better.
see, I thought you were going to say, make
I
sure you
got better
subscribe
idea.
and leave us a
Wait.
5-star rating.
Make sure you subscribe. Find the button yourself, you lazy bastards.
Because let's face it, it's going to be.
Don't know why he's had to do this. That's just weird.
Makes it more entertaining.
Even better, click subscribe.
Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, the playful cockney
Chimney.
Even better, click subscribe, or we'll send him round your house.
That is
He'll do it for you.
That is a
This is how you fucking subscribe.
This is how you do it.
Subscribe. Yeah, it's a good idea. I like
It's
it.
always been this protection act.
I am actually really nice. I'm the most professional on the phone.
Oh, sadly, that is actually true, isn't it, James?
So,
You probably haven't made anyone cry.
I find that very hard to believe.
Yeah, he's made me cry.
Maybe a few times. Milky white tears.
No. You didn't say the magic words.
It's the second time today I've heard that one. Shout so much.
He's
He's
not
not
dead.
He's dead to me because he's gone to a beer festival instead of coming in.
Yeah, little slag. He's got the beer festival.
Who?
Sam.
What's that like?
What beer festival?
No, if I'd known it was a beer festival, I'd have been like,
Oh, the names, mate. Oh,
To be honest, he's like beer festival. I'm like, well, he's going to be there, so he's not coming.
yeah,
You'll go with
beer
it.
festival.
There's a beer festival.
And I think you're taking the day off work tomorrow to go.
Correct.
And the people who live out in the woods,
Are also
they're
going
going.
tomorrow.
And the person I'm playing golf with in the morning
Is also
is
coming.
going.
By the way,
missing out.
chances are you should play golf now.
Beer festival.
Probably zero.
I've already texted him and gone,
I remember that because
This will be an absolute washout.
which point do we call it? Because
No.
if I'm honest, although when I got here, it's not raining.
Yeah, but it's starting to forget.
raining now.
It's raining now.
If it's been like this, it's been like this all day. That is just, you're going to be playing through like you're going to be playing through puddles.
The man in question did say, let's call it long. I'm like,
No, call that now. Just have a lie in.
it's going to be raining in the morning.
you didn't say that's why you got a day off. Why does everyone know about this beer festival except us?
Because every fucking year.
I mean, I'm not from around these parts, so I rely on the locals to tell me.
Oh.
So
That's right.
Are they like fun with ours?
45 for that
The
bird.
last thing we
We can
need to be telling this guy is where he can get more alcohol.
That is true.
You will know, viewers, there is no beer in this podcast.
I know there's no beer, but how did you get here?
We did come via a location.
And where are we going as soon as we wrap?
Farm. We are going to the
Oh, movie set!
As soon as we finish, we're going to the pub. aren't we?
What time is it, by the way?
It is.
Are we getting close to curfew?
It's 1:45.
Ooh.
Big fat quiz.
Is it actually called that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fat quiz. I just make that.
Excellent. Big fat quiz.
I don't think it's PH fat though.
Oh, in that case, I don't
Then
know.
I'm out.
Sorry, no fat quiz for us. But you know what they do, Andrew? They do pizzas.
Wood.
Fired
Bizarre.
pizzas. So you were saying you're hungry?
In a pub?
Yeah.
It's the Rocky Gas Club.
It's a problem.
Whenever we go to that pub, I don't think I've ever been in with him
it's a bit
because
of a
he's
hipster
normally like
podcast.
either late or chilling out the stands while we go to the pub.
Both of those are factually accurate statements.
Yeah. So we've been a couple of times when we've just turned up early.
That is also a good point.
We'll just go to the pub.
Sometimes they turn up early because
Then we've gone to order
no,
mystery
for no
meat.
reason.
4 hours before.
For no reason whatsoever. Oh, we here a bit early. Should we go to the pub?
Then we order a mystery meat, and the time it takes me to cook a mystery meat. We can
Mr. Meat Kebab. We did do that once. We went rolling tea. It worked out. That's going to take about 20 minutes.
Definitely can go over the pub.
So we can sing
We
4
did.
pints of
He ordered mystery meat and then we went to Waitrose.
We did,
For the
yeah.
first time. I've never been to
Yeah,
Waitrose.
got a load of beers.
It's been there for 15 years.
It's my ass.
I'm going to go with at least.
So it wasn't there when I finished uni, and that was 10 years ago. I'd say it's only been there for a maximum of 11 years.
Can we just Google it?
I mean, it's a fantastic thing to be talking about. You are lucky people.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Well, I tried my
No holds barred.
standard soda about 8 times.
The truth is out there.
Railroaded, so you know.
I thought the object of this podcast was just to brand drop as many things as
Yeah.
possible.
So
advertise a handful of pubs,
we're looking for advertising
a few
with
supermarkets.
the Rook and Gaskell, the Speed Quiz.
And at this point in time, all the stalkers have managed to work out where Sam lives. So literally, he's going to get home shit-faced, and there'll just be a queue from his door.
Do you think we've
Wait
obviously
to
made
get autographs.
particular efforts to avoid the work thing? But is there a chance that if we did, we could get sponsorship there?
Maybe.
Or fired.
Or fired.
Because I was specifically asked not to mention it.
Really?
Is that by Sam?
Nope.
Somebody else that was unnamed. Right, okay.
CEO.
That does seem odd.
I don't
I've heard some of your podcasts.
To be fair, I was asked about the fact that we'll have this conversation later.
Well, we're off camera.
Yeah, we'll have this conversation later. Right. So this guy wanted to do a roundup of the summer, and this guy wanted to do a conversation about music. So let's put it together. What was the best music this summer?
Well, you're the only three that have been to a gig this summer.
Yeah, but
As you already reviewed it as stated before.
Because I've only been to one gig in the last 10 years. And I've already done
the podcast specifically
You
about
go
that.
fuck yourself, quite random.
I have a few gigs coming up.
So do I. I'm quite excited. I got an email about one of the gigs the other day.
you did.
It was about, you know that VIP ticket
Potentially,
you got?
one of the gigs I'm
Just collect
trying
your,
to you might be interested in actually.
Just collect your
Depends what
t-shirt
musical
from
style is worth
merchandise
about.
stand.
No,
Don't you worry. Fucking will.
Sweet.
Free t-shirt.
Just embrace the goodwill out there
I
with
don't know why they do that when you say you
I remember that,
you obviously paid VIP
So for
tickets,
21
which
years
included a VIP
since
ticket.
that
Although, for the price I
doing the tour
paid
where they played it in its
for the
entirety.
VIP versus the price of the standard ticket,
I like the fact that
the
you just based
t-shirt
it
is
on like
going to
age
cross
and-
into the free area for the rest of the stuff.
Right, fair enough. So, yeah, summer. It was cool.
We had our
Decent weather.
bash. which was
The weather. I was saying
hottest summer, I think.
second hottest summer on record
Second.
since 1970.
7 or 9.
Excellent. It was quite refreshing to have a nice summer here when you saw that other places it was absolutely tanking it down. Which was
Spain had one of the worst ones.
Was it 77 or 79? The significance is that I'm just trying to work out whether it's the hottest summer that James has ever experienced or not.
I knew you were going. Ballsies.
Because it's certainly the hottest summer that we've all experienced.
You're such a big.
But then I've lived in other countries where the weather has been hotter than the UK anyway.
Where have you lived? That's a good point. I don't think we've ever actually covered this before.
The-
Oh, no, we definitely have covered this
Many
before.
different
But
places.
not on camera.
In terms of his witness protection.
No,
No, he got
Because
allowed to restart the nation.
That's right.
this whole France thing is a backstory.
So he's not even from Reading. He's actually from like Didcot or something.
Well, he's not actually as we know, he's actually Welsh, isn't he? So,
I'm from the valleys.
and I think
Summer
this-
2018 was the UK's joint hottest summer on record.
with.
I'm getting to it.
Italy.
42 years.
So that will make it 76.
Your mama's house.
Big Mama's house. The hottest summer release since Big Mama's house.
Yeah, so it must be 17. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Hottest summer in the UK was 1976 before this one.
Sorry.
But there was a mention of a very hot day in August 2003. It's all taken in Feversham in Kent or something.
Faversham, probably.
Fashion.
Wasn't there something like a ridiculous like comment? I mean, it was on the Daily Express, so you know, take what you will. So, wasn't it something like there was a midweek point at one point during the summer where it was going to be hotter here than it was in Jamaica?
That's right. They love to throw stuff like that. The Metro used to do it anytime summer came, their first thing was like, hotter than
Anytime
Spain.
now.
I like how we're now going for sponsorship from two different papers.
And any time now, the headline will be coldest winter ever.
Yeah.
The big freeze.
But that's what they say. It's like, good summer, bad winter.
What are we on now?
We always normally get rid of fuel.
Because it's a later, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Later, isn't it?
This one now is Ali.
Yeah, because it's the new
first one of the
season. It's
season.
the first one, isn't it?
They don't start. I thought they kept.
The one that was here yesterday was Hurricane Ali.
I thought it was just
Storm
the
Ali.
next
It's the first
storm.
one of the
So
seasons.
they just
I
go
swear it's
through
called Ali.
it. They go through until they've got to the start again.
It's called Ali.
Is that because it's our version? Because the one in America.
They have different ones.
Yeah, but their storm season is different.
Yeah.
So our storm season starts now, but their storm season starts.
But isn't it just like the whole chaos theory thing that when they're having a storm, when they're having a hurricane, we're having like a storm?
Well, we get the last bits. We get the hours. So that could be this.
Yeah.
Comment.
Because last year's was Hurricane Harvey, wasn't it? And that absolutely annihilated Houston.
I don't know.
Surprising if I know this because I listened to a podcast about it. Yeah, Texas was absolutely bitch slapped
By Mexicans. No? Just curious.
He's definitely getting some comments now from you now.
Hey, sir, what's going on?
Hey, what's up,
So if he wasn't getting them, you're definitely getting them.
What you talking about, Holmes?
Is this okay?
Of course it is.
Of course it is. I'm sure I have Mexican friends.
It's an homage.
No.
It is. Desperado.
Homage. What? Desperados?
I think right now you can say anything you want because that face says edit.
All of this.
Wow.
Why don't you just cut the whole thing?
No freedom of speech, people. That's been denied. Just I thought I'd put that.
Podcasting Nazis.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, sorry.
Whoops. I was going to do it, but I didn't.
Don't do that. No. I mean, even we have to have a line, and that is most definitely it.
Nearly did it.
If you weren't going to be getting editing, I think you would have had to have been had that happened.
I mean, he is sat there in shorts, rigger boots, and a skinhead.
Skinhead. I don't think I've ever said rigger boots.
Just for the record, I'm a modern Nazi.
Please don't say that.
I'm not. Why? That's a true statement.
What's rigger boots?
Yeah, what are rigger boots?
Just rigger boots.
No, you can't just say just rigger boots.
It's like, right, am I just educating? Because you didn't know what a Welsh dresser was the other day.
It's actually true, yeah. We didn't know what a Welsh dresser.
Just remind me, which were the first two countries to play cricket again? Oh, actually, maybe you could. Oh, wait, no. Encyclopedia boy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not quite rigger boots, but it's just a type of boot.
It's like a fucking Wellington boot to me.
Yeah, but like it's basically just work boots, isn't it?
So why do you say work boots?
Because rigger boots sounds better.
Oh, of course it
But they
does.
are called rigger boots.
You fuck.
It sounds like.
Well, I've got the phone now anyway. I'll just.
So we've established it was a nice summer.
Well, the weather was good.
Weather was
I've said to, I don't know if I said it to you or I said it to you, I actually, for the first time in 38 years, I've actually got to the end of summer and gone, I missed the summer. Because I feel like I did miss.
Yeah, it was good. It was really
I
good.
don't know, I wouldn't say that you missed it. We did a lot of stuff outdoors, I feel. A lot of it was in beer gardens.
Spent a lot of time in beer gardens.
Yeah.
Drank more beer this year
Oh, I did
than any
not.
other year.
I haven't been back to the Spark
No,
since that day.
I was going to say we had World Cup this year, which was pretty good. That was quite exciting.
Yeah, England's best performance
That was probably
since
a
99.
highlight of the summer.
We've been to the Spark twice, haven't
I've only been once.
we? Didn't we go twice?
No, yeah, maybe.
You lot might have gone a second.
Yeah, I think
We watched the Columbia game.
We watched the Columbia game and went on penalties, and didn't you get the tickets to go see the Sweden game?
I can't remember.
Because
I certainly didn't get a ticket.
I wasn't with you for the Sweden game.
I can't remember.
No, we watched Sweden.
We tried to go to a
We watched the Sweden game in the windmill on like the tiniest screen for a fucking.
Because the first one was in the middle.
You were there with his other friend Jay.
So we watched the first game in the
That was the
middle.
Sweden game.
That's when it kicked off massively because England scored a last minute winner.
Yeah, that was pretty
And
cool.
there was just glass
But it
everywhere.
was really cool though.
Second game.
What was the second game?
Second game was the Panama game, and I watched that here.
I was back family for that one.
Yeah.
I
The
think
third
that's
game was the Belgium game, and we watched that in the windmill. He was going mental because England lost, and we were like, "No, James, that's
Oh yeah, because that was that weird affair where like
because they
no
got a
one
better
really,
draw.
no one
by
really
finishing
cared
second
either
in
way.
the
So it was really weird.
The next game after that was the Columbia game, which we watched at the Spark.
Right.
Then it would have been the Sweden game, which again I watched here
Why were you dropping us on all these events?
because I had friends I actually enjoy spending my time with.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it was the
This has been a
semi-final.
phenomenon for all the time I've known Paul. He has his real friends and then he has us.
Yeah,
And they're called.
I basically just use you guys.
For sections and times.
Yeah.
Get yourself inside with your real friends.
And then it would have been the semi-final, which we went to O'Neill's for.
Yeah. Don't even start.
And someone lost his phone.
Oh,
And the less said about that, the
it
better.
disappeared for like 15 hours.
It was 18 hours, come on.
But the point was, that was a highlight of summer. The football was cool.
Yeah.
I would hardly
Non-football
disagree with
day.
that. I've had some of the worst nights I've ever had.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, the football was great. That particular night, not the best.
That goes down in history as one of the worst nights I've ever had.
I mean, when you're having to I
I don't know, because I wasn't there for
When one of your
15
parties
hours.
having to traipse halfway across town to go and check if our friend has been checked into the hospital because we can't find him. Not a great night.
Right, you know, next time you're looking for a
Scapegoat?
no.
Muppet?
No, next time you're looking for content on a podcast, Bring Muskchops in,
Yeah.
and we'll do an educational diabetes podcast.
I have said this so many times. I literally,
Comments down below if you actually want this.
I think I've realised, especially today, that I'm at a point now where I'm like, is diabetes the single most confusing thing to somebody who doesn't have diabetes?
No,
Because
it shouldn't be right.
these guys are like, it's fucking simple, I don't see what your problem is. And I'm like, so
No,
you
because-
check the blood, then you do the drugs, then you eat everything, then you go for a run, then you check the blood, then you've eaten too much, you've eaten too little, you have to eat something else.
Just do
There was a
what
point today, and like Sam checked his blood, and then next thing he's shoveling.
Just do what-
He loves the fruit pasta.
Just do what our favourite colleague does. Check it 85 times
Take
a
it
day.
every 8 seconds.
Make sure you're always fine.
Do you know what the issue
Then
with that
and then
is,
just
right?
basically eat a bar
He
of
could,
sugar.
he could check it 85 times a day like he needs to, and there's no need to have the beep on.
That's
You
mad.
can turn it off.
So the best thing about it is the fact that you can just be like, you should be working away. Boop. Oh, no, oh. Chef's checking himself again. It's not
But it's the most confusing thing in all of everything, in the history.
And I think it is. I think you just have to. If there's that expectation that suddenly one day you were fine and now you're not fine, you learn pretty damn quick how it works, don't you?
The most worrying thing for me is the fact that I don't know how it is triggered.
No, it's autoimmune diseases type 2.
But you've not had it your entire life, have you? You've developed it over time.
As Chev calls it, I've contracted it.
Yeah, so I said the other day, was it you I was sat next to? And I was like, this chair's a bit close to you, I don't want to catch the diabetes. It's sexually transmitted, isn't it?
The diabetes.
You just said something. Everyone
It's
else,
contagious.
everyone else has got it. And I should point out that, like, in an office of what, like, push, maybe we've got like 60 people in that office.
60 people.
In our department, I'd say there's
60 people, right? And we've got
five, 6, maybe 6. There could be to be fair, there could be a devious one, just like sort of like swinging under the rafters, staying under the radar.
Yeah, and
We're working in
I'm
church, everyone.
trying to, because like when I found out, I didn't want to make a thing of it, right? So I'm in Sam and Phil.
No, you dirty
I've been
old
banter on the
bastard.
team, like going, like
Excellent.
when we sit together, it's just gonna like increase.
Yeah,
Just throwing diabetes out there to everyone.
Can you imagine if
You
if
know,
the 5 of them basically combined to be like one super Power Ranger and just basically go around just going zoom, zoom, diabetes.
Sam was saying this the other night that
It's my exact conversation from the other night.
yeah, because
Jesus
Sam was saying now one of the 5 of us is out of the office.
The diabetes megazord is missing its leg.
Yeah. And then when Phil leaves, we've lost both legs.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's just Ed's prophecy of losing these limbs has come true.
He's going to be so happy.
So
Anyway,
you can have to infect a couple of others.
We
It's like
are.
vampirism,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, does that mean you're just going to come and stab me one day with your pen?
No, with my pen.
It's like my birthday.
So it is
Anyway,
actually, it's an STD.
Exactly, yeah. So
It is an STD, isn't it?
So I'm trying to
as we
not say
said
about
before, comment below.
I'm trying
If
to
you-
not say
Do
about
you
it.
think diabetes
All the
transmits
diabetics are like, you motherfuckers, I'm gonna fucking have you. You want to comment? Here's a fucking comment.
As Sam always says, it's only funny because it's a terrible,
Terrible disease. And you're gonna die 20 years sooner than the rest of
It
us.
is crazy to think that the numbers are that out of like 70 million people in the UK, out of 70, is it 65, 70 million population or whatever?
Something like that.
There's about 600,000 that have
10%.
this. No, that's not 10%, Paul.
When you think about it.
So,
Why take another note off?
What do you do for a job?
That doesn't sound...
600,000 is not 10% of 70 million.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anyway. So
what you're saying is we put all the diabetics in Wales and then... So what, this isn't the cover. Oh shit.
Anyway.
Can we put them in
So
Scotland?
to say that we've got
Oh shit, it's all gone wrong.
Say that we've got 5 out of 60s. Pretty incredible.
10%.
10%, isn't it?
Yeah. See where you were going with this now. So anyway, everyone's gone home, and there's me and Chef sat there, and he turns and he goes,
Beep.
and he just turns and he goes, I don't know.
Is it?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to be too personal, but it's true in it that you did contract diabetes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
He's talking about like it's the AIDS.
So, some of my favourite things about the diabetes.
But Chef should know better having it though. You know, if you said it ignorantly, he should know.
It's the worst kind of beaties.
It is.
Next to Warren beaties. It's the diabetes. It's one of my favourites. And I also like what is it, the Greek god? Diabetes. Who was like Achilles. Achilles was a great fighter until, they discovered that he had a weakness. Diabetes was one of the greatest gods until they slayed him with a bag of sugar.
I was going to say killed him with
It's like that bit.
Catapult.
It's Deadpool 2, it's like. So I fully support getting the diabetes super clan round and doing the diabetes.
Is Chef
Beats Cat. Beats Pod.
I'm sure Phil will be up for it.
Beats Pod or Beats Cast.
Right. Have you got? I guess Chev would be in for that, right?
I thought he's going to have to wheel himself in there. I was like, what the fuck? He hasn't got that bad, has it?
Why have you just made that up?
Because he did that, and I was like, what are we doing?
I was stretching my back.
So not
He's
doing games.
I got them games.
in the space of 10 minutes, Chev's gone from being fairly normal to in a wheelchair.
Because he's lost both legs.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens.
Right. You lose both legs.
Yeah.
Everybody right now is going, who's this Chev guy?
all you ever see about like all the scrubs and stuff, when they find out that Turk's got diabetes, spoiler alert, they say something like Carla bakes him a cake, and then like JD just says to him like, she does know that if you eat that your foot's gonna fall off. Yeah. What does that spout from?
Right, because if you have like high blood sugar levels for significant periods of time, it can basically like kill off nerves, healing properties, whatever, and eventually, like if you get like an injury to your foot or whatever, you can lose your foot or lose your leg.
See, I want to tell a story, but I don't know if I can because I'd be going, oh, there was this person that I met the other day.
Just don't then.
But yeah, there was a footage.
Simple way to avoid that one. No, don't.
I was
It was called diabetic foot. He had diabetic foot. So
I don't know about
so
that.
you just got diabetes.
Just his foot.
So what you're saying is just going.
Now you can only get diabetes on.
I mean, you can go into like big. No, it affects extremities more because all of your nerves.
Blood sugar in the old foot's up,
Think about it in layman's terms, right? All your nerves stem
Was he diabetic as well? John
They stem essentially from like your spine or whatever. So like your nerve that goes down to your foot is the longest one in your body. The ones that go into your arm.
Does it affect your
penis
as well?
Just curious.
because your core looks after itself, doesn't it? And like when you're drowning and stuff, and like when you're cold, you have to like keep your core warm. So
it's the extremities that get fucked. Basically,
you get frostbite in your fingers and your toes first. Because your body protects itself.
Well, that's the point. I think the point there is the fact that it takes the first part of it. It's harder to get blood to them.
Yeah.
So when I first found out, that was going from obviously getting to a level of high blood sugars or whatever. Your body becomes used to that. I get on the meds.
We should start talking about this because I get a bit weird with it.
And then
I don't know why.
Really?
It makes me feel really weird.
Wait, we were just in the pub, literally with me injecting.
Yeah, no, but for some reason that didn't bother me.
I was
saying this. I was driving home from work and listening to a podcast. There was a guy, there was a wrestler who was talking about the fact that he was diabetic, and all of a sudden I felt like I was going to pass out, and I was shitting myself because I was driving the car. I was thinking, shit, that's not good. If I pass out, I'm dead.
I mean, what was the first conversation you had with me today when we got to the pub?
Oh yeah, I had a dream last night that I was a diabetic. Proper vivid. I had to I was having to inject myself, check my blood sugar levels and stuff like that. Woke up.
I like the fact that when he's awake,
really
he has no fucking clue how it works. But when he's asleep, he knows exactly what's going on.
The autistic superpowers kick in, and my knowledge of diabetes is working. I have a working knowledge of diabetes, but only when in slumber.
But this is the thing. There's been many points in time where there's been a conversation that goes along the lines of, I feel like I want to go to some kind of like educational seminar where I sit down and go, right, lay it on me.
I've got a first aid book on my desk. There's quite a lot of information in there about
how does the diabetes?
It's like a massive chapter.
Because obviously from your point of view, like we joke about it, but you think no diabetic can be ever left on their own because if they fall over, if they sit down for too long, they might just die. They might slip into a coma.
I think a lot of this
percentage of that is true.
I think a lot of this is predicated on the fact that once someone had his car keys taken off him because it was determined that he maybe had a few too many drinks to be driving his car home. And then you said something along the lines of, yeah, it's really funny, but can I have my car keys back because my medication's in the car.
Right.
That was the ruse to get his medication. That was the ruse to get his car keys back.
So had we not given you your car keys back and you weren't able to get to the medication, what would have happened?
You'd have died.
No.
Slipped into a coma.
You'd have gone into a diabetic coma.
No,
Yeah.
the exact opposite.
You'd gone into a non-diabetic coma.
You'd have been perfectly fine.
Well, so you wouldn't have slipped into a diabetic coma.
You'd have no longer been diabetic.
You wouldn't have diabetes anymore. Oh my god!
We could have saved your life.
Why did he give his keys back?
So the coma thing,
Yeah.
right, is when blood sugars get too low.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're gonna lose consciousness.
Well,
right?
it's happened to my brother.
Your insulin that you need to inject reduces your blood sugar levels. So when you're too high blood sugar levels, that's what you need to moderate them.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, if I ever do slip into a diabetic coma, the last thing I want you to do is give me any insulin. Right?
You need us to be basically putting our penises in your mouths.
You don't need to know these things.
Why do we need to know these things?
Because I'd be like giving him.
Right, okay. So out of the 5 people,
I'm concerned that he's already. Surely.
That's in that episode of The League.
Surely, if we're in a situation where he's slipping into a diabetic coma, our situation is worse than what's going on. I'd be like, right, we're obviously in a bad situation because we're in a place where James is slipping into a diabetic coma. Let's just save ourselves.
You know this isn't zombie cast.
Yeah, I'm just slipping in character, can't help it.
No, I think that's your character.
What I was going to say was that it's happened to my brother once where he's not diabetic, but when he was at uni, he lived with a girl who was, and he found her once, and she was hypo.
No,
yeah.
Is that right? Hypoglycemic? Is that the correct term?
You've got it right.
Hypo going the other way though.
No, hypo's low, hyper is high.
So she was on a hypo where she basically left it too long to have any sugar in her system. So you basically just
Could somebody please comment on this and
shove.
tell me that I'm not the one that thinks that this is just utter.
What I'm worried about is the comments are just going to be like,
you're all
he's
a bunch of
claiming
fucking
he's
morons.
diabetic, and you know.
And he knows nothing about it. Stop listening. He's the one in witness protection. And I know him. And I'm coming for him.
Oh my god, I'd wonder where Cedric had gone.
Cedric, yeah, that is mad.
Right.
Name. You found me out, damn it. Shut this
There's only worked out. Confused.
So if
This start off as one day we'll have a diabetes podcast, not
if you ever send
necessarily
it to a
right now.
diabetic coma, all you need to know is you can either put one of two things into his mouth.
No, you shouldn't be doing anything.
You can put either
What it'll tell you,
highly sugary,
No,
easily
don't.
digestible foods.
No, you're not supposed to do that.
I thought you were supposed to put like a glucose tablet or something.
Right, no, because if I've slipped into a coma, so I'm unconscious, right, what a first aider will tell you is, don't put anything in my mouth, because you're going to fucking choke.
He's going to choke.
Right?
Plus when the
You're supposed to just ring.
when you to eat or drinking.
You're just supposed to just ring for an ambulance or something.
Well, you're at this point. You're in a coma.
Oh, also, we can't ring because you fucking left your phone somewhere. We don't have access to it.
You don't have to ring on my phone.
Yeah, but all our phones have been taken.
But where
by
would
some
we
sort of
possibly be? He's
train.
going to slip into a coma.
On a boat.
I don't understand.
We're on a boat.
Random.
Right.
On a boat.
You know, I mean, granted, obviously your brothers had that situation.
Every time you ask
all
me
of the
out.
time. Oh, are they going to bed?
That's the
That's
spare
the
room.
bathroom, spare room.
Bound chicken. What?
He was already checking out. He's already been checking out the naked guy next door.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. He was like, is that a naked person? No, it's a man. Continue watching.
I wanted to make sure I was right.
Out of all
it
these
is.
diabetics at work, right? The full 10% of our workforce. When have you ever encountered a diabetic situation at work? Because what you'll find is, like Sam will tell you, is those diabetics know how to live with it.
Beep.
Yeah.
That's the diabetic situation. And it's so loud. It's so loud. You could put anything with the floor.
You're missing the click.
The only thing is, right, it's not that loud. It's like one of those things that, and when someone points out to you, oh yeah, it's Chev's thingy, that's all you can now hear. I don't think anyone would ever notice it until they're aware of it.
Yeah, it's made me go a bit. Ugh.
I get a bit like that actually.
Yeah. It's like if you're ever watching a TV show where they do injections, it makes me go really weird.
Is it because of the needle?
No, but I'm not bothered by needles. It's the needle in that part of the arm. It just makes
Yeah, but
me
I
go
don't do that, right? See, that makes me weird, right? So if I have to go, what you'll find is, you're obviously going for, like ongoing care at endocrinology units or whatever. That's a word. The diabetes.
Where are we now?
I have no idea what the last 30 seconds. I don't know what he just said.
So endocrinology is like, like
A pipe up
like,
the.
no, it's like renal function and stuff like that, isn't it? So
That's down the.
Urethral
That
thing.
Will Johnson?
Anyway, so you go. So you're having like regular checkups or whatever. But so I'm completely on board with
Naked. He's completely naked.
like injecting insulin, and it's just like a pen. You've seen it. You just like, yeah, whatever.
What's all the clicking?
Right, because so rather than just guessing, right, at like how much insulin you need, like, right, whatever.
So,
You need more!
That was really big hypodermic.
Jeeves, touch the elephant gun.
but what's that?
So
What he's trying to point out is picture Terminator 2. She's got the big bottle of blue stuff.
Yeah.
She's jammed the needle into
Then
it.
you pull it
She's
all out.
guessing how much insulin she needs.
Yeah.
What's she's going to do? Just put it in his
Anyway.
thigh.
So the pen thing is it's got a certain amount of like insulin in solution, right?
What's the solution to the diabetic problem?
Insulin and semen. It's in the bloodstream first.
Anyway, the clicky thing that you
And he also has to inject
is
it orally.
you wind it round to how many units of insulin you want to have,
This week,
and then just push it down. So it's
shut
like
down by
a
the
way to
Medical
like
Association.
dose.
Yeah, and what he has to do is
I missed the
instead
explanation.
of just pressing it in once, what he has to do is he has to sort of shake it around his face to get as much of it in as possible.
Paul's trying to turn it into a gay porno. You're trying to explain it, and I'm not.
Gay,
So I'm
what's
talking
gay
to
on
him.
that?
So the clicking is the dose.
It's a shame I've not got it with me.
Do you not?
Yeah,
Because if it was a syringe,
it
you'd
sounds
draw
out.
a certain amount.
Yeah, but it's all in there because the pen has got like 300
It's my own
units.
So has it got a vial in the pen?
I use Sam's have
Right.
because Sam's like a snazzy diabetic. Right? So
Sam's got posh diabetes.
yeah, he's got posh diabetes. Right?
Well, it's because
so
he's
in
earning
it,
more
he's got
stuff. He doesn't upgrade his
I
diabetes.
have disposable pens.
Can I have an upgrade on my diabetes?
Right, they've got 300 units. I might use like 30.
He's got a DLC.
Lasts me 10 days. Then it goes in the bin, and you just open up a new pen.
Paid the
What
extra
Sam does
£10
is
for
he's
the
got like.
diabetes.
Imagine it like I use a biro.
Is it the same needle?
Oh, don't, you're going to go with
He's gonna have
he's
he's got
got a
cartridge
fountain
pen, yeah.
pen.
So the needle screws off, So like that's disposable.
Oh, I've seen.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because Phil's got the same thing as you, I think.
Yeah, I used to say
got
that.
disposable.
I have the same as Phil. Yeah.
Because he's got the disposable needle.
Well,
Yeah.
But he's got a box that he keeps at work.
He's got a sharp box.
He puts the needles into the box.
And he
Dispose of.
Yeah, because Phil's
He sprinkles
probably
it
like.
over Richard's chair.
No, that's awful.
So when Rich sits
Right.
down.
Phil's probably a more conscientious diabetic where every injection Phil is having is a new needle. I just like, if I put a needle on the pen, I'll happily use that needle like a couple of times a day.
I mean, that to me just
No,
sounds
it's
like...
not sharing a needle when it's yourself!
At the end of the day, all I heard there was, Chev, do you want a little go on this tooth? Bosh, in it goes. Happy days.
No, but you've been in the pub when random people are going, can I have a go on your little stabber thing? Like, that's been in my body and touched my blood.
What happens if I was just to basically just get a massive nail and just go boomf and then put that on your tester? Avoid the tetanus that I've clearly just given myself, but...
Yeah, you can test your blood on my tester if you want. Anytime
Well.
you want. No, we don't.
It's not good.
It's what we do in the shadows.
It's just
the guy that keeps nicking the main I've done it again. The director of Thor Ragnarok,
Yeah.
which I only watched that
Okay. I
recently.
thought you knew that.
It's like,
Let's be pointing out at this point that you've had so much fun talking about diabetes that the quiz last time. Was
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
too
quiz
bad.
is it?
Yeah, we've blown it.
We've blown it!
Oh well,
It's blown.
bonus time.
Who are we supposed to blow the bloody toes off?
Do you know he never actually said that?
Well, I've never seen the film, so... How would
it's
I...
like Luke never says you're not my father. When everyone was like,
I don't think...
there was like when I was at school, like the phrase was that, and it's like
I thought it was.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, but that's Darth Vader.
and he goes.
He turns into him.
So Michael Caine says.
He doesn't say you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, isn't it, where it's a case of play it again, Sam. They don't actually say
Yeah,
that.
doesn't say that. The line is actually you played it for her, so you can play it for me.
It's a fantastic noise to be heard on a podcast.
Yeah, which is this? Is this?
This is probably...
Is it cold?
This is probably...
in the winter.
I believe it's... So we refer to that as sugar aids. This is probably head aids. Nasal aids.
You know you can get this whole thing sorted. Like they get like a hammer and.
What, chisel my face off?
I can do it for you.
I don't want him anywhere near my face with a hammer.
I'm afraid to help people.
I found a sledgehammer in the garage the other day.
What do you reckon it is like?
I was going to ram a hammer into your nose and see what happens.
3, 2, 1, go. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
I tell you what, it's fucking hard being right every
I'm
fucking
pretty
time.
sure that's
Interesting.
getting cut as well. Because I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to do that.
Probably not.
I think you're only allowed 10 seconds.
No, I need to.
But anyway, so if it does get cut, I did just prove that I'm right, and
Yeah.
yes,
And
I'm
as
too-
we all know,
I'm too
everyone
lazy
loves a
for
really
it.
smug fucking bastard.
but it is hard being right all the time.
Is there anyone else that does a quiz later on a Thursday than 9:15?
God, that sounds pretty late.
I was
we ever
surprised when
solve-
you said that though with that film because I've watched that film.
Did we ever solve the problem with the diabetes?
Yeah,
It's incurable.
So if you go into a coma on our boat when we're getting away from the zombies,
Apparently, don't shove sugar in his mouth.
What you need to know is what you probably better off is seeing the signs of getting to the coma.
And giving you sugar.
So what
there are certain people carry around with them like you can get
Glucose.
glucose injection. No, there's a glucose injection thing.
Oh,
So like you know if someone does pass out, whatever, you can just like stab them with some sugar, as it were. But no, the idea is that you're not supposed to be like risk causing another something worse by putting something in the mouth,
So
sugar or dicks or whatever.
this is what I don't understand. When
if Paul's not sticking his dick in another man's mouth, I don't know.
I mean, it's not even a part.
I mean, if you did
not
do
even
sugar
a part.
first,
So So, this is what I never understand when it comes to beers then. So obviously there is a certain amount of sugar in beer,
Now,
but is it because it's slower release, because it's technically more starchy?
Sam will be able to better explain this to me because we're not supposed to,
Drink.
us diabetes people.
I think they're called diabetics, aren't they?
Yeah, us diabetes people.
Diabetes people!
As I say, it's
More evidence.
yeah.
Diabetes.
You shouldn't. When calculating initially, you're not supposed to account for alcohol sugar.
You're not supposed to.
No, so like, whereas if I eat something, whether it be bread or chocolate or sugar.
So Sam explained this to me at one point.
I
You calculate the carbohydrates.
You can't take the
So
carbohydrate.
Phil's new way of doing his calculations is based on the carbs and stuff.
Yeah, so
What do you mean his new way? That is the way.
You can't
No,
you
because
calculate the
he's
carbohydrate
only just taken it over in the last 6 months.
that's in
Alright.
something, and that tells you how much sugar is in it, and then how much.
Yeah, so everyone,
is.
I mean, your sensitivity to insulin is constantly changing. Anyway, so you just have to. It's like maths based. So like I'll know. So every 5 grams of carbs, I want to be having 1 unit of insulin.
Insulin, right, okay.
It's like for every 5 grams of coke, you need to have whiskey. No?
Comments?
Comment
I don't know.
That sounds fair.
just to tell you.
Yeah, sounds
Otherwise,
fair.
you're appalling.
I think the
Yeah.
reason he doesn't know is because heroin is his drug of choice. Can
I'm
you
all
give
about
him a-
needles, mate. So.
Yeah, that would make sense. Can you give him a comparison when it comes to heroin? Or?
No.
Sorry, James, can't do that.
So anyway, so you have that at the moment. I'll
Don't deal
have
with
1
that.
unit per 5 grams. So then you just like looking at carbs in labels, or you can go on like little courses and stuff to kind of like look at a bowl of pasta or whatever and try and understand by looking at it.
Where do these courses happen? I want to go. I want to.
I don't think.
If somebody said to me this Saturday, 2 o'clock at the uni, there's a lecture on diabetes. I'm like, can I bring popcorn?
You've got to be the only person thinking.
Yeah, but you're
It's so fucking baffling to me. I'm literally like, I'm prepared to go and learn more.
I don't think it is baffling. I think it's just.
This is the man that spent 2.5 years teaching me one process. This is how you do evaluation. All right, I'll come back to you when I can't do it. 2.5 years later, I've already shown you this. Fucking usual.
I love how.
And then
I love how the
tells us
detective,
that
What's the point was there?
the detective
tells us
podcast viewers now
600,000
are arrowing in on where we work
something like that.
day by day.
They've worked out.
We
We
work
worked
for
for
TK
them.
Maxx.
Work for the government.
We work for TK Maxx.
Argos, you say?
I used to work for Argos.
Browns.
Browns.
Index. Well, do it.
Index.
I thought you were an optician in a former life.
BHS.
I was. I'm an optician.
He's led.
You
several
work in an
lives.
opticians.
You know, we talk about him being in witness protection. I swear he's led a double
Unbelievable.
life.
Pretty sure that's true. Pretty sure I had a conversation today where I went, and that's how I led a double life.
Yeah.
Tune in next week.
Conversations.
That's not for the podcast. That one.
So, this seminar that's happening, where is it? I want to go.
believe it will be,
I know what laser vision on bowls of pasta.
Oh my god, right, so when we do diabetes cast, can you please either have an extendable pointer and a board to talk through different sections?
I'll bring all the paraphernalia as well.
Excellent. Do we all get a good injection now?
Yeah, we can have a mass shoot
We're
up.
going to do drugs, sweet. There's going to be a shoot up.
What's up, birthday? That kind of shit.
But
Isn't that a thing though, that there's like athletes use insulin as an input performance enhancer?
I've
Is-
never heard
Is that a thing I heard recently?
Isn't that?
I don't know how they would use
Wouldn't that be
insulin
against
for-
them?
Isn't that was a conversation like a couple of weeks ago? Am I hallucinating?
in your head?
Did I dream it?
I think
There's something about
Who did you have the conversation with?
using insulin as a performance enhancer.
Who did you have the conversation?
I don't.
Did it leave
recall.
anything inside?
No.
I'm under the assumption they might be going to bed. So they might be opening the door, they might be opening the gate. Or either that or it could be bin day or recycling day.
Bindi.
No.
They're obviously having that conversation like, are these fuckers ever going? Yeah, she's like, you go and tell
That's
them.
what happens.
No, you go and tell them.
They're your mates.
The fuck. Why the fuck are they there? Neither of us like it. Don't know. You invited.
Well, when we come in, Paul's like, so who'd like a drink? And I'm like, this is weird, Paul. You just walked into someone else's house and now you're offering out the drinks. So Emma said, would it be better if I asked you if you wanted a drink? Because I'm not getting you one.
So I said earlier, you were like, we're going to get kicked out of here, and I was like, I've been trying all day. So I started by, I can't even remember how I started, but then later in the day I was like, so can I just ask a quick question? What sort of drink service do you offer? She's like, none unless you pay me. Like, how much? She wanted £100. I was like, fuck off, I'll get some catering for that. I'll cater the shit out of this.
We should look into that.
What?
Catered podcast, yes,
Craft
please.
services. We'll get one of them 7-foot subways.
So when you go and do your zombie
Deliveroo
film,
just brings it round.
you said that there's food.
Oh, yeah, there's full-blown
Get
catering.
delivery.
Right, so
Technically, we had a
so
catered podcast.
where's the
on
In
catering?
fact,
the
I am going to do.
where's the catering when we come
It's
and
hardly catered.
offer our services on your podcast?
They've got they had a freaking budget. You see any fucking budget going on here?
I don't know.
It's up to you people.
I don't know.
But I am going to do a shout out.
When it comes down to third camera or food for the boys,
It's third camera. No questions. I'm going to do a shout out. Shambles Kitchen. Mwah. Lovely food.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
You know what?
This has been a
Shambles
podcast
Kitchen
with
was
good
on
food.
the Ale
they do
Trail.
really good food.
I think Shambles Kitchen might have been on the Ale Trail this year.
Very
I
tasty.
don't think there's ale. I think there's all food.
Or maybe it's a Shambles Tavern.
that makes more sense, right, Paul?
He's crying in the corner. He's like, how dare you get the name of the pub wrong?
That is true.
Even the rain's sad.
Yeah, sad rain.
That was such a sound place then.
I thought you just said like a retard, but yeah.
Sound
That's
place.
not either.
Why?
Because there are actually retarded people over there.
Retard and brainstorming.
And do you know what? I knew he was going to say that.
So brainstorm.
That's
I didn't know that was a thing. I'd
Sound
only
bullshit.
found out that because
and Baba Black Sheep.
Oh, don't even start with that.
That
Ooh.
is the rhyme, I'm afraid.
Yep, but you can't say it anymore because
Yeah.
the noise that sheep make is has been scientifically proven to not be a bar.
What is it then?
Ducks.
Oh, bullshit.
Wasn't that is also incorrect.
Duck quacks don't echo.
Yeah.
But it's the name of a TV show.
Not true.
They do echo.
I've even heard it.
Well, surely any sound can echo. It just requires the right scenario to echo.
Throw anything down a well, it'll echo when it screams.
Yeah, like a baby.
Well, it's
that
got
got dark
real
quick,
quick,
didn't it?
yeah.
Just saying.
Jesus.
It's true.
He's drifted off into phone land and we're talking about throwing babies down.
Yeah.
Well, so it's probably time to.
It is. What I would say is,
Stop there.
why don't you just
When are we
ask-
doing the diabetic seminar?
Yeah, I'm interested in this.
And can I bring guests?
Can we bring popcorn and turn the lights down so I can have a nice little snooze?
And can we all eat Mississippi mud pie? And go, this is really tasty.
I haven't had a Mississippi mud pie in a long time. Can you knock one up?
Yeah.
Do you know the worst thing I've eaten since I found out I've got diabetes just as a parting thing?
The worst thing, worst tasting or the worst thing for
As in,
me?
like,
Worst thing for me?
Right, I think we should all guess, and the closest one you have to buy us that.
I don't think it's viable. But anyway,
A
you can all
man's
guess.
semen.
Crack cocaine.
That's viable.
The worst thing, because you're not going to guess, the worst thing I have had that could have given me like instant leg drop off was that bloody homemade cookie you brought in.
I'm pretty sure there is a disclaimer on every one of my cookies that says, if you're diabetic, do not
When I bit into it, there was that much sugar in it. It had crystallised inside the cookie. It was like
gives me diabetes.
When we were at his house with Subi doing that, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
what were you at his house
Yeah.
doing with Sue?
there's a little video we put it there.
It's probably on Instagram.
no, incorrect. He because Subi's never baked before, so he showed her how to bake a
He got
cookie
baked
cake.
with Sue.
Excellent. So he baked the cookie cake thing, and that. So you think it's bad when it's been brought in the day after he's baked it. When you're eating it 30 minutes after he's baked it. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any higher sugar content when it's warm.
Super tasty.
It's really
Really was.
Really tasty. In fact, it's about time you ate another.
It's funny.
Well, yeah, but
it's funny you say that because I went to the fridge the other day and I was like getting stuff out to make my lunch for the next day, and as I turned, I was like, two things of butter. Oh yeah, I was going to make some cookies. I need to make my lunch. Got to make my lunch, but the seed was planted.
Well, you can make them. You can make the pastiche, whatever they were called.
Mississippi mud pie.
No.
Oh, you want fucking macarons?
You mean
No,
James?
the
You
pasty.
mean James has to make
Oh,
a
you
call
want,
to his chef
okay,
friend?
like the little coconut, the
The little cream
custard
tart.
You have to make a call to your chef friend.
Have to make what?
The call to your chef friend.
Yeah, well, you won't be making it, will you? Because you
Well,
can't
you can't
cook.
make that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can't cook, so you have to, like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
or just like have a mad dash to Betty's or
Just,
something.
yeah, just phone your mate and
The
go, can you
moment.
knock up a load of stuff, please? Yeah, put JK in the little top there.
In the little top.
The signature dish.
We haven't had anything like that for a long time where we've sort of got somewhere and cooked. Mainly because if I do it, I will die.
Well, this was the thing because I was like, I've got loads of veg in it at the moment. I was like, I might cook, and then I was like, I might invite people around and cook, and then immediately it always jumps to, and then Paul can die. I won't bother him.
Just do stuff without me, and I'll just.
We all do. We just.
If anything, I'll Skype in.
I'll
Oh, that's so claiming that. We've all had a dinner party. Paul's in the corner on Skype.
Paul's on the TV.
Hello, Paul. You right, mate?
It looks like it tastes really nice.
Do you want a
It does-
taste?
It does taste really nice, Paul. You know, nice.
Is it that
It's
a spoon of beans, and they're like, no, Tom Selleck, you've had yours.
I don't think I've never been to Andy's at the same time as you, so no.
I know, because the early days of the podcast was us three and Sam.
Yeah.
What bit was
Back
that?
when I was He wasn't joking when he said we do things without you.
Is that where Moviecast was?
No movie
Jesus.
We did a movie cast at Sam's without you. We had an
Oh,
afternoon.
God.
We had an afternoon at Brew York, and then
Yeah.
retired for movie
Oh
cast.
man, was that last Saturday?
Yeah.
What was I doing last Saturday?
Wedding probably.
Oh yeah, it was at the wedding.
Why
Yeah,
am I
of
going
course
that
it
way?
was.
Yeah.
Have you got like one wedding suit you wear to all the weddings, or do you have an array?
I did have a nice grey 3-piece jobby, and then obviously I decided that food was a lot better, and it's a bit tight.
God, I've got so many suits that have gone the same fate.
Yeah.
So many suits.
The worst thing was that
I go in the cupboard and go, no. There we go. That really big one, that'll do.
that was the suit I was gonna
So
wear,
basically,
then
there's
when-
all these suits, and you pick
Tried
them
on the
based
night
on
before,
what fits rather
I
than
was like, oh no, sorry, 2 days
what
before.
fancy wear.
I was looking.
I'm the same.
Tried on 2 days before and was like, bit snug. So I had to go buy a new suit.
Bit snug. Couldn't you just turned up in your like shorts and t-shirt?
No, because I'm not you.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like I said to you, when we watched Pain and Gain, I was like, I love this film so much. I own not one but 2 Sun Gym t-shirts. And I can wear neither of them because one's 4XL and one's extra large.
Wow. Wow! Such ridiculous purchases.
What?
Why would you buy a 4XL?
Because at the time it was that was his size.
4XL.
No, you would not. You were never that big. I'm sorry, but you just weren't. You weren't a 4XL shirt.
Just remind me what size my Seahawks jersey is.
Yeah, but you
Medium.
always bought those baggy
Medium.
Extra medium.
sizes.
I nearly put a jersey on the other night when we were doing it in the NFL, but it's brand new. Still got the tags on it, and I nearly put it on and went, why the fuck have I bought this? It was 3XL. Oh, that's going to be massive. So I didn't put it on, but it's still got the tags on. Still in the wardrobe with the tags on.
Send it back and get a size that's like actually the size you need.
The way I'm going, I'll need that size.
No.
I promised myself this week I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make the meals. I'm gonna do the cooking. I was saying to you, and I was like, I'm gonna cook, and then I might cook enough for like a couple of days, and then I've got my veggies for my lunch and stuff, and that's fine. Stuck to the veggies for lunch, but my meals have been sandwich, crisps, sometimes crisps without sandwich, sometimes sandwich without crisps, but that's basically been the entire week of going. Sandwich then, yeah.
I made a bean salad last night. Right, with
Baked
the intention
bean
of-
salad?
No, so it had like chickpeas.
What were the components of a baked bean salad? A tin of baked.
Anyway,
Tin of cold baked beans sprinkled
so,
over
so
iceberg
it was
lettuce.
alright. It was alright, but I had a shit morning at work and spent my lunchtime
Master chef right there.
just in the supermarket
Yeah.
buying chocolate
You
and nuts.
probably bought a bag of salted cashews, excellent, and a bag of
Salted chocolate.
salted caramel chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah.
The
I'm not
fucking hell were you going to do with that?
I came back to work and I
Rub
did
it on
two
his
men.
jet
I'm going to
and
see I can see what's going to kill me first. Caffeine, nicotine, or fucking sugar. I'm going for them all.
That's a good point. If you were to eat something really sweet, and then a nice salty thing, would it balance the two out?
No.
So my idea is probably not off the
Eat a
top.
bar of chocolate, then have some biltong. Then eat a bar of chocolate, and have some biltong.
Biltong! Of all the things he could pick.
Go to salty snack.
Andy, you seem to be loving it. You seem to be flagging a bit there. Here, have some chocolate. I'm just going to shove some biltong in your mouth.
But
You don't eat
anyway,
meat.
so I had the shit morning at work, bought all this crap with a view to.
Oh, this guy bought 2 items. 2 items.
That's a lot of crap for me.
No, it's
So-
not. Oh, to be fair, he didn't have his bank card, did he? So
Have you cancelled it?
No,
he was sure it would turn up somewhere.
and it did.
So his hit rate is 100%.
As I said, it's hard being always right.
Cocky fucking twat.
Do both of those doors open for when we leave? Because
What's
he
he
can
gonna
get his head out.
Lads, I can't get through here. This is insane.
You're going to have to stay there till your head shrinks.
Anyway, so I didn't get to eat them because I had an equally busy afternoon.
Text him now.
This is why I don't understand how you guys have like time to send like 35 million WhatsApps per
There's
day.
no point in place.
Ah, they'll be in bed.
Tom Quinn in bed with another woman.
Don't use his real name.
What?
Is Tom Quinn in bed with a woman, did you say?
Probably. I'm pretty sure there's a Lothario in there somewhere. He's massive, isn't he? Could be a teeny tiny Lothario.
This is not the first time today that we've been talking about Tom in that way, is it?
Is it not?
Tony was mentioning it this
Oh,
morning.
yeah, it was, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has somebody just turned 2 pages at once? I feel like I've missed an entire...
Well, I just said it as like a throwaway comment, but these two seem to have been talking
No, it
game
was-
all day.
No, not really.
Is it broadcastable?
I don't know, is it broadcastable?
How much racism has it got?
No, it's got no racism.
Anything about religion?
It's just got some mentions of people that maybe don't want to be talked
Don't say on it.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's that. The answer is no.
Well, that was a...
That was
I
a
don't use the
showstopper.
words anti-climax.
What I'll do is
That
I'll
was
run
rubbish.
it past them and then see if we can get into the next one.
Have we exhausted?
I feel we've
Well, I said that about 40 minutes ago.
I feel we've exhausted the...
By the time you cut out all the
I
shit
feel
that's not
exhausted.
broadcastable, though, we might have about 25
20
minutes.
20-minute podcast. It'll be all
Welcome
right
to this
really
week's
quick.
8-minute podcast.
Hi guys.
Brought to you by
Bye.
Brought to you by
It is just basically...
There's 2 minutes out of
all
the top of the
these things you
table.
need to leave in is just basically the product placement spots that we did during the...
It'll be called the product placement. In fact, I might just name it now. It's the product placement podcast.
Yeah.
The product placement episode. So we should probably get another couple of products out there. iPhone. Nice.
Is that a hard case you've got there, James?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Is that a case that's got bank card slots on the back as well?
Yeah, nice.
Is that a Discovery card? I don't even know what it's called.
It's a TSB card.
No, it's not the cover, it's not the case.
I think he was just trying to get another brand in.
Oh.
Yeah, no. The
No,
brand
that's
is for... Sorry, that's a Gym Pass.
You need to be banking
And
with the
this
Hong
is
Kong and
a-
Shanghai Banking Corporation.
A Survivor case.
Excellent.
I mean, me and Paul have been pushing the brands.
The feet together. Every time I look across, I'm like, are they just going to try and...
Size you, James?
I'm a 9.
Oh, snap.
Brilliant.
Size 9s. The win.
Okay.
This is getting a little... I'm alright.
I do like a nice pair of Sambas though. Sambas are a good shoe. You're going to tell me
I
that
always
because
have-
I was at
No, these Sambas. I always have a pair of Sambas.
Suede Sambas.
The blue
But they
Sambas.
used to be the indoor football shoe of
I was about
choice.
to make a comment about Sambas, but I left it.
It was going to be a bit racist.
No.
I
The,
think
the way that your face said,
I am.
you said no, your face said yes so bad.
I think, despite having other pairs of trainers for different occasions or whatever, when these die, I will. There's always a pair of Sambas.
I must admit,
There's always a pair of Sambas available.
I must admit, I am. This is my first pair of trainers in a long time that haven't been Pumas. I'm a bit of a Puma man, but I was bought these as a birthday present. Asics?
That's right. Generic trainers. There must be a brand. I've got fucking idea what they are.
Here's something for you.
Generic.
Where are you talking about?
Brooks.
Well, when I was a kid, right, Asics were just like on the cheaper end of trainers. Has anyone actually looked at the price of a pair of Asics?
Because Asics they put all of their money into running stuff.
And you're looking at like well over £100 for a pair of Asics now.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's like back in the day, New Balance were well shit.
Yeah.
And now they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah. It's all change.
It's all change. Umbro. That died a bit of a death. That's making its way back.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, when I was a kid at school, right, if you had a pair of like goals or something, you were from an estate.
Diodoras?
Diodoras, yeah.
Was it
Is
Giggs?
there still a Diodora League?
Diodora League? I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
Are they again?
What else was the deal?
No, I think it was a
Hummel?
football league.
Hummel's making a comeback. They are now the proud kit suppliers to the mighty Borough.
See, Hummel back in the day, they did Sunderland, didn't they?
Probably.
Sunderland,
They did Borough
Spurs.
30 years ago. Yeah, no, they definitely did a Spurs kit. That might have been when Gaza did his knee.
Forest had gone from elevating themselves
Macron?
last year. Yeah, we were at Adidas last year though.
Back to Macron. I don't know.
That's how you have to Wembley.
Oh, you got tickets in the end, did you?
I'm assuming this is for
The sports ball with the lace.
Yeah.
Bit of hand egg.
Before we're throwing sports ball.
Hand egg.
Before we're throwing hand egg.
Was it Mustrap?
Loved it.
Hand egg.
I said to it today, I was like, I'm off to Wembley.
Hand egg.
Right.
Love it.
Right, bit of hand egg.
Excellent.
Yeah, off to Wembley. Can't wait.
The thing is, whereas I can look down on you for liking the poorer version of football, Sam just looks down equally on any sport.
Oh God, you like
isn't it?
sports ball? Oh God.
Is that not a dentism?
Well, yeah, but even he came into his own when he actually played. Whereas I can't see Sam being the same. Mainly because he'll probably say diabetes.
Well, yeah, that was a summer moment. Dennis playing basketball.
In his socks.
Yeah.
In his socks,
Ow,
smoking a
dog.
bag, better than everybody on the court.
With a beer, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
Potentially with a Roger
And this was Burton Stanley.
Yeah, no, it wasn't far from where we are now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, not too far from where we are now.
In the forest.
I think it's
We should
okay
do-
to say a
when
name
are we,
where the basketball,
when is the next-
where the basketball court is. No one's going to learn.
When is the
anything
next
from that.
Whiskey and Cigars mooted for.
So for those that don't know, we have whiskey and cigar nights because obviously
Get yourselves along if you're interested.
They're just kind of.
We'll
chatting
post the address
themselves.
for the next one.
Yeah.
We'll,
Paul won't be there.
We'll live
Paul won't be
podcast it.
I'll
Paul won't be there. He'll be at a wedding.
Well, I'll have more
I'm
friends. so
the
you can speak to.
Insta.
There has been absolutely no mention whatsoever.
What are you Oswald?
Remember that night that me and him were going to drive to your house?
I wasn't even there.
Yeah, he's like, don't go to my house, we're not there. It's like, we're at your house, mate.
We're knocking on the door.
That's fine, but I'm 60 miles away.
Somebody at the door.
No, I did say that at some stage, no one's going to want to come to my house.
I've been to your house, yours. I've been to your house more than I've been to my house.
Yeah.
I like your house.
I'm thinking.
at your house now.
I don't know. Obviously, you
This
lot
is
are
actually
all big, but I've not had a Dench Towers trip in a while.
That's because you didn't go when we went.
Yeah, I'm thinking that should be ready.
Because it was like
It's kind of how that
It
works.
was like 2 weeks ago.
That was a whiskey and cigars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you do any recording that?
Since
I
I
thought we were going
since I was horribly burned on a whiskey and cigars night,
You weren't horribly burnt. It was
What
just.
do you mean horribly burnt?
He tried to record.
I recorded 5.5 hours of podcast and was like, sweet.
Oh, there's the
And,
golfers in the background.
It was the Masters.
The fucking Masters was on TV the entire. The microphone was there, TV was there, and the golf was on the entire time we were recording. And I went, I'm not going to be able to use that because I get sued.
Well,
I actually came across
see if
that
you'd have
the
done
other
that at Ed's, the makers or owners of like Placid would have been all over your ass.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
Like Placid was on.
Lake
the
Placid's
radio.
on in the
Lake
background.
Placid.
A film.
The crocodile.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Did you just know film stuff?
Right. Can we finally nip this in the bud?
No.
I know films.
No. No, actually, that is it adds another dimension of annoyance
Is that fair knowledge though?
because
I
you
know
know
films.
about
I
films
don't know about films.
that you've never seen. It's like you haven't put the legwork in to get the
I
knowledge.
haven't done the busy work.
Speaking of
Yeah, we
busy
talk about busy work.
In fact, I've got a story about busy work. Obviously, not for this forum, so remind me.
Well, should we call it a day there? And we can
What,
talk about
for the
all-
12th time.
and then we can talk about all the stuff we can't.
Shall we
talk
call it a
about
day?
this
Comments,
morning.
please.
I'm happy to. Yeah.
He's
Also,
happy to because he's.
as previously said,
I didn't want to do it in the first place.
As previously said, we could
I
probably
just
probably
really
not.
agree.
We could probably do with clearing out of the occupiers of this house. We could just go to the pub and just have a drink.
Pretty sure we'll go.
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah,
Pretty sure we'll go.
I'm down for the pub.
Right.
Viewers,
Right,
down for
fuck
the
it,
pub.
let's call it all.
Bye.
Laters. Laters.
Oh, has he just? Oh, I thought he'd honestly. Just
You
take
search.
notes.
So there you go. What do you think to that? Bit of a weird one, but you know, diabetes. It's a mystery, and we like to promote things that we don't get paid to promote. For you YouTube watchers, chuck us a comment in the comments box. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you subscribe? Why not? It's not going to hurt anything. For you audio guys, get on to thecookiecast.com. Throw us a comment on there, or even one of our social media outlets. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want us to talk about next. How about that? So yeah, do those things. Do them now, immediately. But until next time, I'll say bye-bye, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.